Oh, you found me. I was starting to feel like a ghost. You know the drill. Make some noise if you're here. Or just drop your phone's battery percentage. Prove I'm not totally irrelevant yet. Alright. Let's go freeze our butts off in Narnia. Enjoy the relaxing hypothermia. When the world's noise gets frostbite. We follow this dude, Hansen, and dive headfirst into a giant snowdrift. Every step here is a negotiation with nature. If you don't know where you're going, you'll become a very scenic popsicle. He's found his piece of frozen real estate. Now the work begins. First, he stomps the snow into submission. Then, he yanks the tent from his backpack and flings it onto the ground, like a giant chili placemat. Well, what do you know? A conveniently deadish tree is volunteering. Hansen puts it out of its misery. With some therapeutic axe-swinging, he clears off the twiggy bits. Voila, one big, naked pole. One long pole becomes 3 short poles. Magic. He ties them together, tripod style, stands it up, and boom, the skeleton of his new ice fortress. This sad, flat tent finally gets a promotion. Now, to nail this thing to the ground. Presto, a tiny anti-blizzard fort. The interior, however, is depressingly bare. Time for a nature-themed makeover. A thick carpet of leaves prevents a frozen behind. And now, the heirloom security blankets. Suddenly, this icebox feels like a 5-star hut. Now that it's officially move-in ready, he brings in all his worldly possessions. But the work's not over yet. He grabs his axe and goes on a quest for the perfect sticks. To avoid becoming a human popsicle, a campfire is non-negotiable. Chop, chop, chop. He amasses a respectable woodpile. But PSYCH, this wood isn't for the fire. It has a far more glorious destiny. It's becoming a high-tech heteroflector wall. Once the fire's lit, this wall will catch all the heat and bounce it straight back into the tent. Genius, right? With that done, he grabs the real firewood. He stacks it like a tiny log cabin. On top goes the easy to-burn kindling. It's a meticulously crafted nest for a baby fire. Sparks fly. A tiny fire baby is born. Since he prepped like a pro, it was almost too easy for the fire to go whoosh. Hansen can finally park his key and enjoy the toasty results. Fire isn't just for warmth. It's also a giant, smoky microwave. Tonight, he's not messing around. A whole slab of meat gets dangled over the flames. In no time. The air smells ridiculously good. So good, it's probably making the local squirrels drool. The kettle also gets a turn on the grill, enjoying a little heat therapy. A few minutes later, he's sipping tongue-scalding tea. However, his eyes are glued to the meat prize. He waits until it's perfectly charred. And done. The meat is rescued from the fire. He carves right into it. His nose is in absolute heaven. His eyes were bigger than his stomach. So he packed up the leftovers. For the next hunger emergency, round 2 is just a campfire away. As night fell, The grill rack was promoted to fire poker. He toasted his buns by the fire. Then he became a human burrito. At least this burrito had a door flap. Maybe he'll actually get some sleep. The next morning, the sun showed up. The forest was still on mute. And like a majestic, bearded newborn, Hansen hatched from his tent. He slept surprisingly well. First order of business. Revive his only warm friend. Let the cozy times roll. Time to grab breakfast. From its all-natural tree, overnight, it became a rock-solid meat. Let the fire thawing commence. The way he eats, this thing will last him till spring. Meal prep, wilderness edition. Belly full. Time to pack up and vanish. As a man of the wild, he's allergic to having a mailing address. He's not just cleaning up. He's deleting his browser history from the forest. After the next snow, it'll be like this whole thing was a dream. He's basically a giant, curious toddler, out for a scenic stroll. The weather was too nice to stop. Until he found this weirdly perfect, almost magical spot. Behold, a giant, uprooted tree. This is now prime real estate. After a bit of light gardening, an outdoor living room appeared. Next, he demonstrated the ancient art of tree tipping. Then he used big brain physics, turning one big log into many baby logs. With his woodshot, he built an IKEA-free bed. Voila, a rustic log bed. The mattress, freshly picked leaves. Surprisingly comfy. But wait, there's more. Top it all off with a luxury fur blanket. Perfect for stargazing and mild spinal discomfort. Breaks over, time to make fire. He gathers some gourmet kindling twigs. A few more sticks for good measure. Beside his flammable bed, he sparks a friendly little flame. Just add more wood, and the fire gets roaring. Who needs a roof anyway? It's getting toasty in here. Tea boiled. Tea gone. Dinner was, surprise, more meat. Luckily, the whole planet was his fridge. Zero risk of fuzzy meat. As the sun clocked out, Hansen turned on the lights. The meat was reheated to perfection. Again. What a genius life hack. Dishes are for city folk. Eco-friendly and lazy. Just add fire and you're fed. The meat sweats kept him warm. 2 days of nature had officially wiped him out. So he passed out and slept like a rock. His nightlight was the stove. Outside, it was painfully cold. A terrible night to be anyone but him.